Hello, and welcome to The Porch with Alicia Barlow. Hi, I'm Alicia Barlow, author of The Porch, a place for enjoyment, conversation with people, reflection, and encouragement. Hello, everybody. This is Alicia with The Porch. I am here today with Mr. Dontavius Robinson. He is a licensed professional counselor. I just happened to meet him in a work setting that I'm working in now, and he's very nice, knowledgeable young man. And I wanted him to come and just kind of share some information with us in regards to, how to get through the holidays. We're here. It's Christmas season, and a lot of things are going on. And sometimes we know people, if it's not ourselves, that are going through maybe seasonal depression or just things that make going through the holidays maybe a little bit more difficult than it would be for others. So we're just going to kind of talk to Dontavius for a little bit, Mr. Robinson. I want to say hello, Mr. Robinson.
Hello. Thank you for having me,
Yes.
Miss Alicia. And so I appreciate you having me on your podcast here today.
Great. Well, tell us kind of just a little bit about yourself here.
Sure thing. Yes. Well, my name is Dontavius Robinson, of course, licensed professional counselor, originally from Southern Illinois. If you're familiar with the St. Louis area, that's in Missouri, but I am across the bridge on the East St. Louis side. Okay. So on the Illinois side, we're separated by the Mississippi River. But I came to Oklahoma in 2009. Undergrad was at Langston. And did the master's program, graduated from that in 2017. And so I've been practicing ever since. And yes, so I've been here for about 10 years. Okay. Yes. And Oklahoma City. Yeah, that is, yes.
All right. So what got you into doing counseling? Why did you choose counseling? And what area of counseling do you really indulge in?
Absolutely. So I would just say I'm the oldest of 8 kids, first and foremost, and we all turned out very different. And I would say that was probably my introduction to why live in the same household and then everybody turned out differently. So when I came to Langston, I was looking for a design program because I was into art and things of that nature. And so the next best thing was counseling. And then I got a mentor, and so my mentor, DeJuan Bennett, was a very successful counselor here in Oklahoma City. Okay. And I worked for his agency, interned for him. And I mean, he just really took me in, and I met his mentors, Miss Teresa Ballard. She is still practicing now here in Oklahoma. Very, very unique people, and I'm glad that I came across them.
Wow. Okay. So you grew the oldest of 8.
Yes, oldest of 8. Yes.
Large year span between the 8.
I would say the youngest is 10 years younger. So okay. My sister who lives in Houston. Okay. Yes. All right. Wow. Okay. What's going on growing up? I mean, never a dull moment. Not at all. I can't say that there were too many dull moments, but that was probably my introduction. And so I would just say, for the most part, my focus area, it really depends. Right now, I think I'm in another growing phase, such as inner child work, trauma work and things of that nature. But, of course, anxiety and depression are always, I do pretty decent with as well, but I really enjoy where inner child work takes me. Okay. Yes. It's very different for everybody. And so, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, we're going into the holidays. We're not really going into the holidays. We are here in the holiday season. Mm-hmm. And there are people that may go through some emotional difficulties because of the holidays. There's, loss of loved ones. So there's things that come up, there's, depression, isolation, anxiety, financial distress, or concerns. What are some tips? What are some things that you could tell some of us that maybe we can do in regards to maybe self-care or just helping us to get through this area of time? We see it so much and we hear about it so much during the holidays. And we know that it's there, whether it's, a family member or a friend or just someone that we know as an acquaintance that has issues or
For sure,
has
yes.
difficulties getting through the holidays, what are some things that we can, as individuals, share with others or that we can practice ourselves?
Gotcha. And so I would just say for the holiday season, and whenever I sit down with anyone, we always start out with the self-care assessment.
Okay.
So we're going to assess your physical, social, emotional, spiritual, and professional areas. And what I usually do is I try to supplement with something like, I came across this concept of the 6 human needs of fulfillment. And so I like to use very straight to the point, easy to follow rubrics, if you want to call them, and to give my clients an opportunity to just kind of sense in and notice, like 6 human needs of fulfillment states that we have to have 4 of these 6 on a daily basis. Okay. And the last 2, they are needs of the spirit. And so I brought just something that you can kind of follow me here on here. And the 6 human needs of fulfillment consist of certainty, significance, variety, and connection. And so the first 4 needs are essential to human survival, and they say they must be met daily. Now, that sounds a bit dramatic, the human survival part. But what they're saying is that I typically say it goes a little bit like this, that if I, with growth and contribution being the last 2, if I feel as though that I'm contributing to something, then therefore I feel as though that I'm growing. My certainty is going to be a bit increased. Days are going to feel a little bit more significant. I'm going to have that variety factor because I'm not just doing the same. I'm not getting into the same, monotone version of life. I'm switching things up a little bit, and I'm going to feel more connected. Okay. So these 6 human needs of fulfillment around the holiday time. A good way of just kind of sensing in, ask yourself, do you have your dose of certainty, which consists of the need to feel safe, comfortable, secure, stable, protected, and the need to have predictability in our lives. Okay. We're all searching for that predictive factor, and predictability gives us a sense of what we can expect. We feel a little bit more safe. But when that threshold is exploited and there's too much, we kind of go into uncertainty. Okay. And we have a threshold for that. The need to feel different, challenged, risk, change, excitement, surprise, and entertained in our lives. We all have a need for variety. And so around the holiday season, maybe you're down from work. Maybe you're down because all you do is come home, go to work, come home, and wash, rinse, and repeat. We want to give that variety factor by just exploring these different avenues. And so significance, maybe you have lost someone,
That's big. So, someone, you're mentioning these 6 human needs. And as you mentioned them, I was kind of thinking about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes. I get that question a lot around that though too. Okay. Yes.
And so I kind of thought about that. But for some, if someone is lacking in these 6 needs, sometimes they don't know that they're lacking. They don't know what it is that they're needing. What can someone maybe on the outside do, or to maybe help foster or help identify what some needs are? Because I know around the holidays, there's an increased need to be of service, to be of assistance to someone. But sometimes we can do that and still and lack taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
But when we're doing that, how can we identify that we are lacking some of these self-needs for ourselves?
Understood. Yes. So I would say that typically some of the signs are maybe I'm having some low energy. Maybe I'm thinking about a loved one, more often or not. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'm feeling bored in my life. That could be something there as well. Without trying to use the 6 human needs as like a rubric, generally just trying to sense in, noticing, maybe ask yourself, have I done anything for myself lately? If you can't answer some of those questions, like, have I tried anything new? maybe you live out of state. I know a lot of people that I meet here aren't necessarily from Oklahoma. Maybe they're from California. You may find some from the East Coast and things of that nature, maybe Texas.
Okay.
And so this is a place where they just come to work, so, but if you are from here, I would also just look at your daily routine, and you always want to put something social. You always want to put something that is, that connects you to other people. You want to do something that's physical. You also want to do something that is enlightening, something such as like, it could be learning a new skill. Okay. It really just depends on that particular person. But I would just say a good rule of thumb would be to, not to say you have to, but therapy, I think, is just a good option, because sometimes we try to scratch that itch that we can't reach. Okay. And therapy, they say, is something that we can do, that we could do on our own, but therapy just kind of helps facilitate that change faster, So it really just depends. Yeah, it really just depends. I can't generalize it based on my experience, but I will say that 6 Human Needs Self-Fulfillment kind of gives you an opportunity to say, okay, if family is away, maybe I do want to find another community to be a part of, such as like a church, maybe an organization or something along those lines.
Okay. And, around the holidays, sometimes those needs don't really express themselves or show themselves up until the holiday season.
Very true.
Because other people that we may know are going to see their families. Yes. And then here I am.
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
Alone. And then there's that isolation issue that sometimes may show itself, or sometimes just being around too many people, that could be an issue.
Absolutely.
There's just there's too much going on. How can I break away? Because now my anxiety is increasing because there's too much going on, and this is not me. So.
Noticing when your social battery is starting to run low, when you are feeling the urge to escape, that's a good sign to say that, I'm probably getting a little overwhelmed, and some me time. So good me time may be that maybe you don't want to just go and be in solitude, but maybe you want to. I like to use resources that are free, first and foremost, but I would say using resources like Meetup. Meetup is it's a free community. It's a community started by community members. So you could find things like, let's just say if you're into chess or bird watching, or maybe you want to learn another language, there's a group for that, most likely. But these are low cost, low accountability activities that I like to call. Okay. Things that won't, result in, hey, Dontavius, you said that you would be here and you would bring the red cups kind of a thing. Okay. You really want to experience, you want to have the experience, immersive experiences. Okay. So that may be, I want to go to a painting class, or maybe I want to learn how to sew or knit or crochet. Mm-hmm. There are usually people out there that are willing to teach some of these things, and it's a good distraction coping skill, by the way. Yes.
Great. I never heard of that. What was it called again?
Meetup.com is one of them, and always looking at your local newspapers and or like the Botanical Garden, I believe. Like they usually have like the free. I think they have the free activities. I think that Oklahoma City has. Yeah.
Kind of maybe even like at the library. The library has lots of good free activities and things that are going on that people can engage in.
Very true. Me being a parent, library is a game changer, when you have kids. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Great. Well, like I said, I just wanted to kind of give some people some ideas of things that they can do to kind of help get through the holidays. Just knowing how to reach out to other people, if reaching out to someone if you're needing to reach out to someone, yes. If there's that isolation factor, if there's some depression going on, again, reaching out, finding a community to kind of help you through that. I know there's churches. I know that our church has a grief ministry, and during the holidays, they're doing some grief
counseling.
Well, I won't say counseling, but
like support.
Support.
Gotcha.
Grief
Yes,
support.
yes, absolutely.
Exactly. And so reaching out and finding whether it's a church organization or other organizations that have grief support groups, during the holiday season, I think is a real big and helpful thing to look at.
Absolutely. I would say that, when it comes to nothing beats the internet, always looking for different ways, doing a quick Google search, it would be always beneficial, but looking to see, I would agree with that as well. Yes, absolutely.
And so, just getting into, again, a church group or other organization that's able to provide those resources or even services for someone. And then again, just taking time out for yourself.
You have to.
Just knowing, I know we get into the hustle bustle of the holidays and we get so busy, and it burns ourselves out and we don't even realize it. And then that can cause anxiety, depression,
yes.
And then, maybe afterwards we want to just isolate, and that can just barrel on down into more. So just knowing your boundaries, knowing our boundaries, what is that? What do I need to do? Am I needing to reach out, or do I need to be reached? Or do I need to be reached?
Yes.
Do I need to reach out, or do I need to be reached?
Yes.
And as a community of people, I think we have to look at each other and know who our surroundings,
sure.
who are we surrounded by, and who needs that interaction, or who do we need to kind of maybe back off away from?
Absolutely.
I think we need to be able to read each other a little bit better and take care of each other in ways that's not pulling away from ourselves,
making us too thin, spreading us too thin. Yes.
So we don't want to make ourselves too thin, but I think we need to continue to, reach out to each other as well.
I heard once someone says the saying goes, I think, check on your strong friends. And I thought about that as you were saying that, check on your strong friends, because you just never know. This is holiday seasons, they say, are very hard on people emotionally. And like you said, getting too far away, you just never know who that, hey, how are you? Just might help, So if there's someone that you haven't spoken to, in a while, maybe just dropping them a text. Hey, I just thought about you today. You just never know how that might change the trajectory of their day,
Very good. Good. I like that. Check on your strong friends.
Yes. We are in a hyper-independent society now, and everybody wants to do things on their own, and, more power to the individual, but at the same time, it takes a village.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Well, Dontavius, Mr. Robinson, thank you so much. How can someone reach you if they have questions, or if they want to, talk more about your practice, or, have you to support them or help them in some other avenue?
Not a problem. I would say Psychology Today definitely would be the first place. And then I would say Life Stance is another place that you might be able to find me listed as well. Therapy with Dontavius.com. That is a place as well. Or texting the number 405-456-0664. That number again is 405-456-0664.
All right. Well, Thank you. And may your Christmas be blessed.
Hey, thank you as well, Miss Alicia. I appreciate you having me here today.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and joining me on the porch. Remember to take time to reflect, share memories, and engage with others on your porch. And I'll meet you here next time on The Porch, your podcast for community conversations. Brought to you by the Possibilities Podcast platform.